deemed it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. The running back has it. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Let's talk for just a moment about Western Michigan. They had a win on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star linebacker giving a verbal commitment, and getting good talent like that is what a program at this level really needs to succeed.
Yeah, this is the next step for this program, right? Continue to get talent, and high school talent that can come in that they can compete with your roster right now. Those are the guys that really help you take that next step.
Looking to throw, it's Dennis. Pulls it in, it's Harmon. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
Brings up second down.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Got his man down the middle. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Broncos can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Unloads to the right. Got his man downfield. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
You know, this offense knew coming into the game they were going to get some opportunities to take shots down the field. They feel like they've got the guys on the perimeter to win one-on-one, and you saw it right there.
And the Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. Got his man quickly. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. Dropping back, it's Dennis. Looking to the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
And you've got a golden opportunity here now on 3rd down. I know you just threw an incompletion, but you've had a really nice drive to start this game. You want to cap this thing off, and you want to do that by scoring a touchdown. So think about who your best playmakers are and who needs to get a look on this critical 3rd down. Whether you're running it or you're throwing it, the best players touch the ball right here.
They've played keep away with the football, but if this defense can make one more stop on 3rd and goal, they might force a field goal attempt. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos! Fitted in the window for the score.
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculated down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on 3rd down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup, accurate throw, and they get paid.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Morrison. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion. Let's talk for just a second about UAB. With just a few games remaining, they're atop the conference standings. Jesse, how hard is it not to look ahead at this point?
Really, really hard, because everybody's talking about the conference championship, who you might play. You still got to deal, and you still got to take care of business on the field today. That's the most important thing. It's been a phenomenal season up to this point, David. Great things ahead, potentially, but you got to win this one today.
Well, and I think that's what's really important. It's a great start, and now it's about finishing the season. To be at the top is awesome, but you can't lose a conference game or 2 conference games and get yourself out of the mix here right at the end when you're so close to the finish line.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. Already a solid start to this one, now back to work with this 7-0 lead. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Looking to pass, it's Dennis. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds a man in the middle. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Using the quick game. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the 2nd drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of...
Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Broncos. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? He'll try to tack on one more.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
Western Michigan, 14. UAB, 0.
He'll bring it out. It's Morrison. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Motion from the back. To the air. It sucks. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, nice job by the defense. They're playing with a big lead. They know the offense has to throw it, and they are inviting throws over the middle of the field, knowing they can break on these passes and maybe pick one off. Offense lucky that wasn't a turnover.
They'll run the screen. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Caught over the middle. It's Morrison. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that first down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these third downs present themselves.
They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. It's complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
And now on second down for this offense. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions, and he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. The Broncos come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw. It's Dennis. He'll take a shot. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
They're dealing with a second and long. The give to the back. They'll give him a couple that leaves him with 3rd and 8.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
He slides that just inside the right upright. And that lead grows even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. The give to the back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Offense tries to go RPO and hand off to the running back, but how about the defense up front? They're just too stout. They're not getting moved anywhere, and they're able to make a big-time play.
Gets it out quickly. Oh, he got loose. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just freezed the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Got his man. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've come to the break. It's Western Michigan on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
They'll go to the ground. Runs through a tackle. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Dropping back, it sucks. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. At the 20, he's got space. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Going to the running game. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Trying to make that rush fake on the draw play here. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Got it! They will score! Touchdown, Blazers!
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Hauls it in. Turning it on. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Back to throw, it's Dennis. Makes the grab. No chance to run, but still a good gain.
Well, it's a great job by the receiver fighting back across the DB there to get to the inside, locate the ball, and catch the slant.
Second down.
And the Broncos with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Caught near the sticks. It's Harmon. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the fourth quarter, they're going to be gassed.
All right, guys, let's talk a little Western Michigan. Great pickup on the defensive front. 3-star defensive lineman gives a verbal commitment last week, and you really need to bring good talent into the program. Maybe diamonds in the rough. At this level, that's how they thrive.
Oh, there's no doubt. And just some of these guys, they're not as refined, but...
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Western Michigan. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
He'll bring it out. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. UAB regains possession of the Blazer offense back onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to pass, it sucks. Throws to the wideout. Got his man on the right. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So he got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass and catch.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
They'll run play action. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle? Intercepted. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Going to the ground. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They think they can create space here with the run to the right. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. To the air, it's Dennis. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Broncos come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. They kept him out of the end zone, but not before he gets it to the 1-yard line, and it'll be first and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Western Michigan.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And they had the extra point to finish the drive. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Coming out with it, it's Morrison. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
And I like you got the first down of the drive. So maybe you can build on this now. I would play with some tempo, obviously getting closer to halftime here. Maybe create some momentum, get a score here, and cut into this lead.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He stopped immediately.
A lot of times those draw plays are successful when those defensive linemen run up the field, rush the quarterback, create some holes. Not this time. The defensive line did a really good job understanding that, seeing the draw play, getting the running back, getting his butt on the ground.
And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
And they'll just down it right there. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Dropping back, it's Dennis. The sure hands, it's Manning. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
QB overthrowing an open guy like that, that is just a kick in the gut for this team.
And the Broncos are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Rushes on him. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Broncos will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Hauls it in at the 40. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. Working that left side now. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. And the Blazers can really attack on this second and short. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Second down, he'll throw it. Makes a connection. He's stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He just couldn't hold his water long enough at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Broncos will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Looking to throw, it sucks. He wants to take the top off. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type guy. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. Just on the edge of the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. Looking to throw on first down. Looking left. Makes the grab. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the 3rd quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs, and this play caller is still asking.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Western Michigan. If you want to know how to reach this guy, just send his mail to the end zone. That's where he lives.
He definitely is today, and I think the defense has to be getting a little sick and tired of the same guy beating them time and time again.
UAB 7.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Morrison. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly.
There he goes. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
Right back to the well. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Good pick up there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
They're working that left side. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Finds his big tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Looking downfield, it's Suggs. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Stop is made at the 36. Let's call it a 5-yard gain and a first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
Looking downfield, it's Dennis. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
Rides the back and leaves it. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
When I think you're seeing the mental approach this offense is taking now, with a nice lead here late in the third quarter, they're satisfied to just run the ball and chip away at this clock. This has been a really good-looking drive. Plenty of plays. They're staying on the field. They're bleeding and ticking this clock away. Nice job there getting it done on the ground.
Touchdown Broncos! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets him to the 28. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Going right to work up top. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Blazers will call on their punt team. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. And that's where they'll have to down it just inside the 50-yard line. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
Grab near the sticks. It's Harmon. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Back to pass, it's Dennis. Oh, man, he almost picked that one off in the end zone. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
And this QB's had some success, man, throwing to the football to the end zone. Like 3 touchdown passes today. Nice job by the defense responding, right? Don't give up more big plays. Understand he's going to be aggressive and take shots.
And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the 3rd.
1st and goal, Western Michigan.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Broncos. They put another one on the board here in the 4th quarter. And how about this team? Just a lone blemish on the resume and about to go to 10-1.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better.
He's on the loose. And there he goes. Just barely able to keep him from housing it on that one. What a nice return. This dude is absolute electricity when he gets the ball in his hands. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And that one's going to be over everybody's head and incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice job going to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
They'd really rather not have to settle for 3. It's 3rd and goal from the 6. Here comes the heat. Touchdown, UAB. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
Western Michigan, 52. UAB, 14.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Rourke. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
From the shotgun, the inside give. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The Broncos send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. UAB regains possession. The Blazer offense back onto the field. They'll send the back in motion. Looking for a man. It sucks. Fires to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Got a man in the middle. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job. Great catch.
Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards.
He's got it at the 15. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, UAB.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that. Put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
21.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. From the gun, running back on the move. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. And I
I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quick completion on the out. He'll step out of bounds just short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49 after a good pickup on that play. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Grabbed over the middle. It's Harmon. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Broncos are moving quickly down the field.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the 4th quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Got it in the middle. It's Manning. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Western Michigan. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Morrison. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. Back to throw, it's Suggs. Looking to the big tight end. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Gives it on the option. Shakes off the defender. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Makes the grab. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looks like the offense will just take a knee. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They might want to find a way to put it in drive and go forward. It's 3rd and 16. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And he missed it. No good. Guys, after this dominating performance, I guess the head coach wanted to be able to yell at the special teams coordinator.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Here we go. Looking to throw, it sucks. He's taking a deep shot. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. After this, it'll be a wrap. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.